if I get a hold of, okay, so again, he had control, he fell down, boom. We're already in a fight where I'm trying to murder this guy. Okay, so I'm not really thinking defense and I'm going, oh, awesome, right? I'm not gonna even be worried about passing his guard and controlling his hips. I'm just going in here to do this. All right, I don't care. What'll happen is when I try and do this a couple times and it doesn't work, and what you guys were already kind of doing, like I can't get this free this way. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rip this up and in, right? That's hard to stop. There's some big dudes in here, but even guys half your size would be able to do that. If I get this and you want to go like that, it's gone. That's okay though. My focus is first and foremost what?
Space.
Space. Get up, get out. Or get up and put obstacles in between us. That's all I care about. So if I'm pulling the knife away from you, awesome. Keep that shit away from me. Right? But now I have a very limited amount of time to get up. Okay? The problem is the way we get up typically is the way you learn to walk. So from here, most people get up this way. Right? You'll go to knees. This is not how we learn to walk, this is not how we tend to get up. But it's going to keep me from getting stabbed in the face if he closes that space. So if I go, boom, and rip this out, I'm coming back with the knife. So you have between here and here to get off of the ground. So we're going to do that very quickly, and then we're going to dump them on their ass secondly. So on your butt real quick. Berserker trying to stab my face off. Take my face and put it on his. Then I don't have that window. So all I'm going to do is get this foot underneath me here. I'm going up and back. Like I said, nothing's free. This one's faster. Takes a little more coordination because I've got to get up and then drive off of both legs without crisscrossing and falling back on my butt. Play with those real quick. But if I get my hips under me like I'm doing a kettlebell swing, I can't. But I have to give something in order to get something. So if I decide I'm going to bring my hips in here to rip this free, you have your tripod sweep now. Okay, yeah, so if he catches that, did you guys all know? Yeah. If he catches this heel, which is corresponding to the hip he has control of, and he keeps this hook, keep it on my calf, hook. Yeah. Then all he's going to do is push, and he's going to change his dynamic. Okay, super easy. I do this in full sparring. Right? People walk right into it because there's an exchange. I can't get my hips in here for power and not bring my feet forward. Right? Or maybe he doesn't have control yet, and I'm just coming in here to stab. If he can hit it, hit it. Yeah, go ahead and get your hook and hit it. If my feet are anywhere near his hips, it's there. A couple points on it. So I have a hip, a heel, and a hook. This hook is active. This hook is active. If it's just sitting here, he'll just step that foot out. No sweep. No sweep. Okay. If I get confused and I hook the wrong heel, so I have hook and heel, same side, he just back steps. No sweep. So it has to be corresponding heel and hip, and then hook. I like this better because this one he can step up out of easier than he can out of this.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so I can keep that hook. But like I said, the hook is active. When he lifted his leg, I followed it with the hook so he can just step out. If it's just sitting here floppy, he'll back that foot out. No sweep. Right? I'm not worried about him countering my grappling. I'm worried about him trying to stay on his feet and accidentally doing something right. But I can stop him from doing that if I make sure that hook is flexed up and active. Right? And you can just go one for one, because when he was hitting, well, the other one's falling. Note on falling, since I don't have a lot of grapples in here. Chin down, and as you're falling, sit your butt down. Don't try and catch yourself. You're going to jack your wrist up, your elbow up, your shoulder, or your neck. Right? Neck issues become more of an issue as I get older. So I don't want to post here or here. See my head bounce? This is where you walk. I'm going, why did my neck hurt? Right? As you're falling, sit your butt to your heels, keep your chin down, and just stay there. All right, let's go. Quick. The opportunity to be able to just sweep and get up isn't available yet. But just like I was saying before, I'm not looking to make things complicated and give you 15 options. I want to give you a couple that I know work reliably, and then you have to put the work into earning them or hand them back in before you leave. Right? I'll put a little basket by the door. So we're going to have to deal. Oh, you're too tall. Matt! I don't want you to have. This is the heavy guy, right? No, I'm just saying, because otherwise you got to stand bent over while I'm talking the whole time. So I've got my hands on this. Now, as far as grip goes, I didn't specify yet because I want you to play with it a little bit before I talked about it. This is going to be better for our purposes, what we are now calling the handcuff in the Red Zone program, only because we used to call it a baseball bat. This isn't how you hold a baseball bat. This is how you hold a baseball bat, and this sucks for controlling arm against a strong person, right? Because they're fighting against both my thumbs. This is better. So I need to keep my grip on here. It allows me to guide this thing, but it's not going to stop him from stabbing forward, okay? He's still going to get that. He's still putting all of his body weight into basically my tricep extension. So that's not going to work, especially when you add in blood and sweat. That's okay. What's the job on my feet again? Yes. Well, I said specifically, it's to deal with his weight. It's to keep his weight off of me. Okay. So if he's just in front of me, putting in pressure, my hands aren't pushing his knife away. My feet are controlling his hips, which are keeping him from putting his weight on top. Now, he is going to want to pull this back, and if I let him get his hips in there and stand straight up, he's going to rip that clear. If he does, cool. Okay. But if not, if I can keep his hips back and his arm extended, I compromise his ability to rip straight up. Okay. It allows me to kind of mitigate that, because he can't get his hips in like a kettlebell swing, right? And I can start to work in here. So I need to be able to shut down his ability to pull this in. I can't let him move freely. Now, this is tense here. If he backed out far enough, I would have to start tracking down and go to something else, or start to come to my feet. But at this point, he's defending himself from me, right? He's no longer on the attack. He's trying to get free. So my job is not to let his hips get in. It's to back him out here. If I want to put more stress and more tension on this, I can bring my leg to his neck and really keep that arm extended, which isn't going to stop him. It's going to be able to keep me from, it's going to allow me to keep him from putting this into my body repeatedly till I can get out of the situation. We're trying to minimize the holes till we can find a window of escape. From here, this is a nice shot. Okay? And I don't compromise anything because I still have a foot on the hip. And I'm going to put it back. Right? Like if I can put my foot on his neck, I can kick him in the head. Right? That could be lights out if you ever saw Oleg Taktarov, Hansel Gracie. Huh?
You saw scene knocking out Jacare.
Yeah, Jacare, right? Okay, that's an even better story, although there's a lot of jiu-jitsu people that know what Jacare is. Jacare was tearing up the competitive jiu-jitsu scene a while back, just wrecking everybody. He's a phenom. He's super strong, super athletic, Brazilian guy. Got some fights in Pride and walked right into an up